Forces intercepted and seized an Iranian-flagged cargo vessel in the northern Arabian Sea on April 19 to 20, 2026. Iran peace talks scheduled in Islamabad, Pakistan. The vessel in question is the M/V Ska, a container ship linked to Iran's sanctioned Islamic Republic of Iran shipping lines, IRISL, fleet. Central Command, CENTCOM. The guided missile destroyer USS Spruance, DDG-111, first detected the Tuska steaming at 17 knots toward the Iranian port of Bandar Abbas. Naval blockade of Iranian ports. When the crew failed to respond, Spruance opened fire with its 5-inch 45 Malawian Quachas gun, targeting the engine room and disabling the vessel's propulsion. Marines from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, operating from the amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli, rappelled from helicopters onto the deck of the disabled ship. Video footage released by CENTCOM shows the tense operation unfolding in the Gulf of Oman, with Marines securing the vessel without reported casualties on either side. Custody and officials say inspections are underway to determine its cargo. Officials indicate the ship was likely carrying dual-use equipment, items with both civilian and potential military applications. Sanctions since at least 2020. It is also part of a fleet that frequently sails to China, one of Tehran's key backers. Forces had stopped them right in their tracks by blowing a hole in the engine room, after the ship ignored fair warnings. Iran conflict, which has also drawn in Israel. Iran's response was swift and furious. Some Iranian officials signaled that the seizure could derail their participation in the Islamabad talks altogether. Imposed a naval blockade on Iran's ports and oil exports earlier in the conflict. The Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly 20% of global oil passes, has been a flashpoint for months. Washington says the blockade is designed to pressure Tehran into serious negotiations over its nuclear program, ballistic missiles, and regional proxy activities. This latest incident comes against the backdrop of a fragile 2-week ceasefire that is due to expire within days. Iran talks, held in Islamabad earlier in April 2026 and led on the American side by Vice President J.D. Vance, lasted more than 21 hours but failed to produce a permanent deal. Demands, including verifiable limits on its nuclear ambitions. Delegations still intending to travel despite the maritime confrontation. Global markets felt the immediate impact. Oil prices jumped sharply on Monday as traders priced in the risk of renewed disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. Analysts warned that any Iranian retaliation, whether through proxy attacks, mine-laying, or harassment of commercial shipping, could send crude above $100 per barrel and trigger a broader energy crisis. Pakistan, which is mediating the talks alongside other regional players, has urged both sides to exercise restraint. Pakistani officials described the seizure as unhelpful to the peace process but stopped short of outright condemnation. For its part, the United States maintains that the action was lawful self-defense against a vessel attempting to breach a declared blockade. CENTCOM emphasized that the crew was given ample opportunity to comply and that the use of force was limited and precise. The situation remains highly fluid. As of April 21, 2026, it is still unclear whether Iranian negotiators will board planes for Islamabad or whether Tehran will choose escalation instead. Officials have signaled flexibility on timing, but insist the core demands remain unchanged. President Trump has reiterated that the blockade will stay in place until a comprehensive agreement is reached. Experts are divided on the long-term fallout. Some see the seizure as a necessary show of strength that could bring Iran back to the table with more realistic expectations. Others fear it risks unraveling the ceasefire and reigniting open conflict, with unpredictable consequences for the Middle East and global energy security. The Tuska incident underscores a central truth of the current standoff. While both sides claim to want peace, neither is willing to appear weak. The coming days will determine whether diplomacy or confrontation prevails in the waters off Iran's coast and in the conference rooms of Islamabad. This high-stakes maritime drama is yet another chapter in a conflict that has already redrawn alliances, disrupted global trade, and tested the limits of international law. As the ceasefire clock ticks down, the world is watching closely to see if cool heads or further gunfire will decide the next move.